Good morning. Hi, my name is Christina Fidalgo, and I am the chapter president of the Scleroderma Foundation Oregon chapter. I want to thank you all for coming today and welcome you to the Oregon chapter's 20th annual Cheri Scleroderma Education Seminar. I do want to give a quick reminder to everyone, please leave your microphones on mute. We're going to have a lot of people here today. We want to keep the distractions and the background noise to a minimum. Really quick, I just wanted to tell you, when I started to coordinate this education day, it dawned on me that since we're doing it as a virtual event this year, we could get speakers from anywhere. So I thought to myself, I've been to a lot of the national patient education conferences and I've seen a lot of lectures. Who would I invite to speak if I could ask anyone? So I came up with a list and I figured, well, I'll just ask them. The worst that can happen is that they're too busy or they just don't want to do it. They'll say no. But I asked anyway, and every single one of them said yes. So today's group is my dream list of guest speakers. I am so honored that they're all taking time out of their Saturdays to join us today. And I'm also so honored to see so many people here this morning or this afternoon or this evening, depending on where you are. Thank you all so much for coming. Really quickly, I do have a couple of announcements.
What happened?
Going to do a little screen share here with you. First, I want to mention that the Oregon chapter's virtual support group meets on the second Saturday of each month at 10 a.m., which is like right now. We're skipping our March meeting to bring you this event instead. But I did want to let you know that our support group is open to anyone. That's people with scleroderma, their family, caregivers, even healthcare professionals. And since it's virtual, you don't even have to be from Oregon. There might be some talk about local Oregon doctors from time to time, but most of what we share is relevant to everyone. I know we have people from all over the world here today, and especially if you're in an area that doesn't have a local support group, you're absolutely welcome in ours. I also wanted to let you know that registration is now officially open for the Oregon chapter's 16th annual Stepping Out to Cure Scleroderma benefit walk. This year's event will be a virtual walk. We're super excited. What's a virtual walk, you might ask? Like, how can I walk virtually? Well, a virtual walk is almost the same as our regular benefit walk, except for a few things. Number one, you can participate from anywhere in the world, not just the Portland suburb that we usually have this event in. This also means that people can join your team from anywhere. Your friends and family who live in other places, other states, other countries can join you and they can support you in your cause. Number two, if you don't want to walk or if you can't walk, you don't have to. You could walk, you could run, ride a bike, you could knit a sweater, you could binge watch a TV show. It doesn't matter what you do, just do it for scleroderma. Create a team, ask others to join you in whatever it is you've chosen to do. Post some pictures on Facebook, help us raise awareness and funds for scleroderma. The last difference is that you have a week and a half to do your walk. We're starting it on June 29th, that's World Scleroderma Day. And you have until July the 10th, that's the second Saturday of the month, if you see a pattern here with Oregon chapter events, to finish it all up. There will be some fun things for you to download. There's a few prizes and raffles. We think it's going to be a lot of fun, and we really hope that we get to see lots of your photos. Now, more than ever, we need your support in order to continue to bring you support groups, educational events like these, and to raise money for the Scleroderma Foundation's research grant program, which is funding research for potential treatments and hopefully one day a cure for scleroderma. So we encourage you to register now, create a team, invite your friends and family to join, and let's help fund that cure. More information and registration can be found on our website, which is on the screen right now. That's www.scleroderma.org/steppingoutoregon. Speaking of support, I do want to extend our sincerest gratitude to our national sponsors. That's Janssen Pharmaceutical Companies of Johnson & Johnson and Boehringer Ingelheim. Their generosity helps to make events like this possible, and we are extremely grateful for their ongoing support of our organization. I do have a bit of sad news to share with you. We recently learned that former Oregon chapter treasurer and longtime board member Alice Anson passed away in January of this year. If you've been around the Oregon chapter for a while and you've attended some of our events, maybe a few years ago, you've probably seen her smiling face at the registration table of our walks, our patient education seminars like this one when it was in person. Alice was a wonderful lady, and she will be greatly missed. Our love and our support go out toward her family. At this point, I'd quickly like to thank our board of directors for all that they do. As I mentioned, my name is Christina Fidalgo, and I'm the Oregon chapter president. My husband, David Fidalgo, is our chapter's treasurer and secretary. Our board members are Beverly Fisher, Liz Oram-Bedell, Sean Wood, and Meredith Soflick. I appreciate their input and their efforts so much. If you're interested in joining our board, or if you're curious about what a board member does, please feel free to email me for more information. Our board does also have a very special announcement that we would like to share with you. So some of you may have wondered, and some of you already know, why is this event called the Cheri Wu Scleroderma Educational Seminar? Who's Cheri Wu? Well, I'd like to play you a short video, and then I'll pass it over for just a moment to former Oregon chapter president and current board member Liz Oram-Bedell.
And last but not least, Cheri. Come on up here. Cheri is the one who put this whole conference together, and she is the one person who will say, don't make me get up there, I don't want any recognition, please leave me out of it. But she emails me 12 times a day. And then when she doesn't, we have lunch or she calls me. So, Cheri, your efforts have not gone unnoticed. And because of you, look what you have accomplished today. We have learned so much along the way. Cheri said, I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to do it. And by golly, she did. And she learned that all she has to do is ask. She learned not to buy bananas that are too ripe. What else did we learn? We learned that no matter how much you plan, sometimes the doctor just has to go and work with his patients. And if we were the patient, that's exactly what we would want him to do. So that's the way it goes when there's some things you don't control. She said she also learned that when you get the ball started, everyone helps and falls into place with it.
Boy, that touches my heart. I just cannot tell you how much that touches my heart. Whenever I speak of Cheri, I have a little trouble keeping it together. So please bear with me. I've put some bullet points down here on paper so that I don't forget to say the important things. We celebrate today the 20th Scleroderma Foundation Oregon Chapter Educational Seminar because of Cheri Wu. She is the woman who made this happen. Now, if you've never had the pleasure of meeting, hi John, if you've never had the pleasure of meeting Cheri, I just would like to paint a little visual for you. I'm 5'8". Cheri was 4'8". If you saw in that video, it was like Mutt and Jeff, as they used to say. She was beautiful. Have you seen in her photos? She was a beautiful woman with a strong spirit. She looked sweet, angelic, It was a bit deceiving. Her 5'8" and her weight was about the same as my right leg. She was about the size of my right leg. Tiny little thing. The deceptive part was she looked like she could be a pushover, but she was not. She was a strong, energetic powerhouse of a person. She was kind and humble. She was a proud wife to John. She was proud of her daughter, Christine. And she was a very good and dear friend. She, as you might not have caught it, but in that video, she really wanted to take that gift and turn around and leave. And I kind of hesitated in giving it to her. She was giving me little daggers, little eye glimpses that said, I'll get you later for this. And she did. She did not like accolades, but she was the woman who put and was the driving force behind getting this started. She was a fierce scleroderma advocate with the vision and purpose for the scleroderma cause. In our scleroderma world, she strongly believed in awareness, advocacy, and education. With the help of her scleroderma sisters, Donna Stone, who was the ultimate support group hostess, with Maria Ravelli, who was the ultimate event planner organizer, and people like Alice Anson, who was right there to do everything that she asked, and Jackson, who also had huge input in everything and always was there. And now we include Denise Bates in this organization and driving cause for this day, and to Christina Fidalgo for being the driving cause to keep this going. Cheri initiated a yearly educational event that includes the cream of the crop in speakers and specialists to answer all the needs and questions and fears that we have coming into this disease and continuing through our disease. It's successful enough to bring us to this day, 20 years later. So we honor our Cheri Wu with a memory brick at the Good Samaritan's Hospital Healing Garden. It's our way to say thank you to her, and I say thank you to the ladies who have followed in her footsteps. And I thank Cheri for creating this vehicle that continues to bring us the most update information to the people that we love here in Oregon and now throughout the world, thanks to Zoom. And just, she's missed. She's loved and missed. And that's really it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liz. I also want to thank Cheri's family, some of whom are here today, for their continued support of our chapter and of the Scleroderma Foundation's mission of support, education, and research. We appreciate you all more than you know, and we hope to continue to honor Cheri's legacy with everything that we do.
I knew I was going to do that. Oops.
And on that note, I think it's about time to get started with our first speaker.